Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion, please. Cities, Skylines, please build into this area so I can stop having to spend all my city sky times demolishing buildings. How do you even get into that parking lot? Like, I guess you drive underneath and then through the back or something like that. It seems suspect to me. Let's just put it that way. Anyway, I'm hearing the constant ting-ting of buildings being upgraded. That's a great sign. What's my thinking in this episode? Well, we're a few weeks away from getting a new area. Sorry, not a new area, but a new milestone. So we'll have a lot more money at our disposal. Ah, you're both full, but you're no longer full at all. This is a problem. Yeah, empty, empty. Is that part of the music? Don't. I wish it would give me like a prompt. Like, because this is just going to keep us at equilibrium right now. We had two dumps come, or two incinerators, not incinerators, two landfills come off of emptying, right as two more filled up. I kind of thought we were doing a little bit better than that, but I guess it's not that bad considering we've had population growth at the same time. How's our fire coverage again? Yeah, you're covered. You should be fine. I mean, no, it's fine is maybe an overstatement, but anyway. We need more industry. That's one of the things that we're working on here. We need more industrial area, but I think the first thing I'm going to do is just work on building like one more infrastructure thing, and we can always build like a second metro station in the top left. But for now, getting to work if you're in the bottom left corner of the map, that's got to be real shitty. So what if instead it wasn't really shitty and we built a metro station that annoyed the people that live right next to it because they have no perspective. And then we built a super expensive tunnel that goes over there. That took almost all of our money. And then we create a line. Are you telling me that's not connected? No, that's connected. And I don't know like why we have to create a new line for this, but it'll go like a whoop, whoop. And then it'll connect to this one. And then it'll connect to this one. And then it'll connect to this one. It's just going to go, you know, straight forward and straight back. But watch that. 63 people per week. I think we're going to have a lot more people using that pretty soon. Admittedly, it's probably better to have a metro station up here in the top right, where we actually have, you know, high-density areas. I didn't consider that before I placed it. Where were you 2 minutes ago? That's all right. We're making a lot of money. A lot of people into our town, and we just crossed the 10,000 mark for the first time. I can't remember where our city was in the, you know, the first sets, or the first series of videos before we basically scrapped it. But it couldn't have been much higher than 10,000. At most, it was like 1520. So we're going to get there pretty quickly, to be honest with you, as a result of how this is going. I wonder if we can just actually fuck with our roundabout a little bit here. Like, bulldoze this, and instead put like a 4-lane road. We could even use a 6-lane road, but like a 4-lane road coming off this way. Totally can. All right. That makes my life relatively easy. Got a high demand for industrial right now. I'm almost thinking like if we could build two off like this. Hopefully this doesn't completely screw with traffic. Oh, not enough money. Okay, we'll wait on that for a second then. But we'll zone this up as industrial. My thinking here is basically like, you know, if we can just have it come off like spokes of a wheel, that's going to help our traffic out an awful lot here. I'm really impressed with how much better this city is going. Is that me tooting my own horn a little bit? You bet your ass it is. And it's not just like this came to me in my sleep or anything like that. I've been playing so much off camera, at least before PAX I was playing so much off camera, that I had a, there we go. I had some strategies that I thought would work, and I talked to people who were smarter than me, and we made it work, and that's just pretty much how it goes, you know? For eyesight's sake, we can demolish that part of the roundabout there. So these industrial buildings are not only going to help out financially, but they're also going to help us out when it comes to driving population growth, which is something that I'm very interested in doing here. We are going to have to build more commercial space. Yeah, we are. There's not much I can do about that. I could build like a commercial zone over here, but I was really banking on this being kind of like the easy go-to spot for industrial. But commercial demand is getting very, very high. we could rezone a little bit of low-density residential as, like, low-density commercial, or even high-density commercial. Like, what if we scrapped... I'll tell you what, we'll do, like, do this. We'll scrap this right here. And then we'll build in just a little bit of high-density commercial and see if it picks up. And do the same thing, like, right here. Just create a few blocks of, like, boutique shopping and see if it catches on. And if the demand keeps rising, then we can continue with kind of similar philosophy in the future. Looks like I didn't build out like too much to handle industrial demand, so I'm pretty happy with that. How's our metro working? Used to be 63 passengers, now we're up to 127. One extra station basically doubled our traffic on it, which is awesome. And considering there's going to be more jobs over here, again, I think with our next bit of money, and we might even have enough right now, honestly, with how much we're making. Put just like a metro station down, like right here. Oh, the metro station's right next to my apartment building. That sucks. You people. I think we want to build it like this. I know this is an extra bit of money here. Long way away from getting a loan. We could do it the cheap way, but I don't know how our line's gonna work. It's gonna be like super inefficient. I guess we can do it this way. Like, let's go with stops here. Alright. Create a new line. This one's it's going to be exactly the same. Except it's going to not service the south part of the city. So there'll just be like a transfer here that you'd get on. Alright, that's not so bad. So we were up to 144 per week. Let's see how this changes as people realize that they can ditch their cars, and hopefully this will help us out with traffic as well. If we wanted to, we could go to our budget here in our economy panel, and let's look at what our income is like from transit. Our transit income is only 552 a week, 552 credits. All of that coming from the metro, obviously. I'm going to make public transit free across the whole city in the hopes that it actually improves. It's going to lower our income by about 10%, but if it reduces traffic considerably, that would be amazing. Because traffic is... It feeds into every other problem in the game. Without a doubt. You know, garbage, corpses, everything. So for us to be able to handle that would be extraordinary. Now, you are a little bit low on workers here, but my hope is, like, where's the metro station there? It's close enough that I think you could walk or something. I don't know. I'm hoping. Just a couple of kilometers. That's not so bad. This is probably where we should have like a bus station going from our metro station to the terminal here. Oh, I just had a great idea. We'll see. Like, I should rely on the metro for like long transit, and then the bus can do like transit between metro stations. And to like the perimeters where the metro doesn't reach. Okay, what's our metro usage at now? 216. It's pretty good. We're getting up there anyway. Alright, high commercial demand, high industrial demand. My thinking is, oh, we just crossed 11,000. Isn't that our next milestone? 13,000. My mistake. So build like a 4-lane road out this way. That's probably good. And then we'll connect it to this one. Almost want to do like a curved road, but that's okay. We can make do. It's going to be weird, but it is what it is. And in fact, we should probably, just to be safe, bulldoze this. We won't get a full refund on it. And then put a roundabout in. Roundabouts have been like the traffic saviors for me. That's a large one. Sorry, small one. There we go. And then we'll bulldoze this. And we'll put in a 4-lane road like this. And we'll upgrade all of the roundabout intersections just so I don't forget. And like, oh, why are there dead bodies everywhere? I don't know. Don't worry about it. Alright, and then we'll rezone all this as industrial again, and we'll pipe it up and make sure it's good to go. You know what? What if we put like some high-density residential areas in the middle here? Like we got... Let me think. Let me think about this for a second. Let's D-zone... Like, let's take advantage of relatively high demand. We'll D-zone around the roundabout. Like that. And maybe like that. And then we'll put commercial, like a little low density around the industrial. And then a little high density like here. Did I leave myself enough money? That's a very good question. But I want to build like an interior residential area here. Just so people don't have to take the train, you know, in order to live here. They could also just live in the district. I recognize, by the way, I'm leaving a lot of open space. I don't disagree with you. But I'm not a city planner. I just play one on YouTube. I think we should even have like a little high density stuff up here. Then the rest will be like high density residential. And we'll see if this fills out. This could be a grand experiment gone terribly, terribly wrong. But I imagine people are going to want to live close to where they work. This is zoned properly. We might have to deal with some power related issues, but the main issue is that no one man should have all of it, as far as I understand it. Like this, and hopefully this will handle like the workers' issues that these factories have, where they're like, well, there's no one to work here. Expensive, but potentially very useful. As we let some more time tick by. Commercial areas are getting filled up here. It's a real gamble, because we need the residential area to build, or to bring into the commercial area. Sorry, to bring in the commercial area. The question is whether or not the commercial area will actually get set up here. I don't think we need to build a power line. I don't think we need to build a power line. I don't think we need to build a power line. I'm going to gamble on not having to build a power. I'm going to build a power line. It's relatively cheap in order to ensure that my grand experiment doesn't fail here. So we'll do it like that. And we'll do it like... like this. That should cover it. Yeah, it doesn't take up too much usable space either. Okay, my next big initiative here is going to be transit system. You don't have water? Are you kidding me? Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay. My transit system is going to be buses that basically just connect to metro stations. I'm going to be strongly encouraging people to take the metro stations. How is our metro looking, by the way? 271 a week, pretty good. Okay, I'm excited. You probably noticed. So there's our metro stations. Actually, before we do this, I'd like to do one more thing, and that's build a metro station in this industrial area. And then we've got kind of like the four corners of our city covered. Admittedly, it's going to cost me a lot more than 9,000, I think, to finish the line here. Not very much more, actually. Not very much more at all. And once we have this infrastructure going, we should run out of worker-related issues over here. Which will allow us to handle more population density, which will in turn allow us to, drive demand for industrial space, which will in turn, drive residential, which will drive commercial, and it all feeds back into itself. Where's our billing to demolish here? I can't see it. Am I losing my mind? Losing my sight? Wish somebody would tell me I'm fine? I gotta pause for a second. Where are you, my residential beauty? There's no demand for commercial anymore. I'm not sure if this took all of it, or if it's just the population can't support more commercial right now. I think that's the case, actually. I'm losing it, man. Like, these areas are the ones that are going to go out of business here. We should probably D-zone and build some more residential over here. Like high-density residential to deal with this commercial dearth that we have going on. I know this is a little uneven. Normally does not bother me, but I will zoom in to take care of it. There we go. That building might get demolished because of my stupid D-zoning. We'll see. For now, I hope that'll figure it out. What a great city. I would think I'm dreaming if I didn't know otherwise. How are our landfills doing? Still emptying? Still emptying. No, wait, not emptying. 75% full, 25%. That's all right. That's all right. I wish I could figure out where that building was. Okay, the last thing was that tunnel. We got to get that tunnel going. Did I build the tunnel? I did build the tunnel. I did build the tunnel. So now we need to create a new line. This will go, and and you'll get off on the transfer stop, and you go this way, and then you go back. And if you live in that district, you know, the tip of the wedge, oh, you're well connected. You know, that's your metro town right there. That's your Bonwildong. Getting these deep public transit references? I haven't lived in that many cities. Crime. Really? That's disappointing. I'm hoping that we can handle, like, because they're all like lack of customers, lack of customers, lack of customers, but our residential demand isn't quite high enough for me to want to demolish all. I probably should, though. Like, that's my principal problem, I guess, has been that I didn't think about why you wouldn't want high-density commercial. There had to have been a reason, and the reason is it's hard to support a big, like, department store without a decent-sized population surrounding it. But slowly but surely, we can maybe rectify our mistake here. I also want to, if possible, upgrade this to, like, at least a 6-lane road, which is as high as it goes. At least, though. And that'll just straight up take all that stuff out. That's okay, though. Yes. I don't love it, but yes. And we'll just paint this over. In fact, why don't we take this opportunity right now to just D-zone the crap out of it. Like so. And after doing this, we'll be able to rezone it as high density. And hopefully that'll be good. We'll keep this as low density, I guess. Hopefully this will keep those stores in business. How's it going over here? Pretty good? No water? That's a problem. Hey, you don't have to be ashamed about not, like, you know, speak up, please. That's a genuine issue. You are not incorrect. Alright, the next phase of my grand plan here. Public transit that takes you from, like, buses that take you from metro stations to the metro stations. There we go. Is that the last one to bulldoze there? It is, thank God. Okay. Let's look quickly at this, but also confidently. How much is a bus station? 30,000. It's a bus depot. Don't tell me to buy new land, I was thinking. So we put the bus depot in kind of like an industrial region, I think. Centralized would be good. Put it over here. Maybe artificially drive up some demand for commercial. Alright, now let's look at bus stops. I basically want to run like a bus stop through here to a metro station. To each metro station. Which might be a little confusing. So the first one will come like around this way. And not even to each metro station now that I think about it. It's a long way back here. Can you not get through any other way? No, this is poorly designed to me. The bus has to do like a huge loop around this roundabout in order to make it happen, but could be worse, I guess. And it'll pick up people on the other side of the street, which I guess is solid, but take them back down this way. This way. This way, this way, this way. I just want to make sure we get coverage here. And then just up and back to complete the line. Alright. So that's like this neighborhood basically serviced to get to that metro station. You guys are already pretty close. I have very little sympathy for you. We'll create a line that like starts here. Goes around a little bit. Should have started at like the bottom of the system, but definitely needs a stop at the metro station. We'll stop in garbage truck land temporarily. Then we'll turn it around. I don't know. Time will tell how this works, by the way. But it's free. There we go. So now that metro station is easily served there. Pretty much just going to create like a big loop through the wedge that's going to stop on 2 subway stations. So the first one, or metro stations. I have a tendency to call them all subway stations, even if they're light rail. So this has to go over the bridge. And then stop here. And then complete. Okay. I think this is actually going pretty well. Then, from this subway line, or transit line, to the rest of the city. But not over the bridge, because if you wanted to go over the bridge, you're already, you know, you were on the metro. You should have done it already. Well, if we have to go around this way, I'll tell you what. We'll start going like that. Go around the loop. This is suboptimal, but otherwise decent. Just want to make sure that we're creating basically a bus loop that allows for I'm making it so they don't even have to cross the street. Like, that's how awesome of a open transport tycoon type guy I am. By the way, I say that sarcastically. I know I'm terrible. In doing this, I expect that it'll drive our transportation budget up quite a lot. But if it makes it easier for everyone to get to work, that's awesome in my book. And our population's growing pretty quickly here, up to 12,190 something. And we're going to hit 13,000 very soon, which will allow us to make a crematorium. Probably put that next to a cemetery if I had to guess. Is this more commercial buildings going out of business? Yes. Not close enough to high-density residential, I suppose. Well, you know, every city has some parts that you don't want to open a business in. That's maybe like a somewhat defeatist approach to take, but you know what I mean. Maybe I should zone it industrial, but if I zone it industrial, then we got a real problem. Because people are going to be living under, like, right next to the industrial area, which I don't want to do. And we're making quite a lot of money. I'm very pleased with that. Maybe not the greatest idea to have our transit, like, right next to our, you know, gas tanks. Here, if there's an accident, the whole city's going to go up. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to lower taxes slightly for a high-density commercial. It's not going to affect our, it's going to affect our income pretty substantially. So I'll lower them by 2%, which will lower our income more than you would expect, I imagine. However, it will also make them more inclined to stay in the city. It'll lower their operating costs, presumably making it easier to handle this stuff. I think, though, that they'll come back. Like, as we get residential demand, I'll build this out as high-density residential, and as more and more people live in the area, the high-density commercial places should be able to survive. Don't tell me to take a look at the train station. You think I don't know that? I just barely got the bus lines built. That was a very recent innovation. How's traffic? We haven't looked at it in a while. Not so fantastic. You'd think with you think with the free public transit, it would be a little bit better. Speaking of which, this is pretty good. We got 395 people on the metro each week and 177 on buses, but the bus initiative literally just started. All right, $112,000 here. And we're in the kind of enviable position in that soon we're going to be very close to our... just trying to see if any of these were emptied, but they're not. We're going to be pretty close to getting that $200,000 loan, but we have $100,000 in cash right now. We are going to need some more power, so let's get that decked out. We are going to need some more water, so let's get that done before anything goes, you know, too crazy here, and we'll get the situation set up appropriately here. Hopefully we're not giving, like, dirty power by putting our sewage next to our, like, water outtakes. This is really, really good. Okay. What else do we need? Let's take a quick look. Average health is solid. Pretty much every residential area is served by, I'm assuming this is like a medical clinic. Yeah, mostly. This area is not. What's the... I'm trying to think about the hospital. We should probably have a hospital soon. But first I'm gonna build the hospital basically in the downtown area. So I'm gonna build the medical clinic in the residential area here. How's fire? Not good over here. We should build a fire depot, but I'm gonna build that in the downtown. We'll build a fire, let's just see how this propagates. Are we gonna really need like another fire station over here? That's disappointing. That's because I planned it poorly, though. Everything else looks pretty good fire-wise. Police. Open up. No, not very good. Again, we're going to build our police headquarters downtown. But for now, one of those should do. And maybe we'll throw another police station down, like, right here. You know, this money's not lasting forever, but that's what the loan is for eventually. And actually, we'll throw another police station down right here. Education. Elementary school, still acceptable. High school, not in a great spot. There's only one high school right now, so we're going to throw another one down like right in this commercial. Commercial demand is actually pretty high. We'll throw another one down right here in our residential region, which will hopefully drive a little bit more residential demand as well. We need one more if possible. Is our loan up? We'll pay it and then take it, and then we can build another one. Or we're close anyway. Yeah. And we'll build this one like over in this region right here. Hey, where do you go to school? Oh, you know, landfill high. Alright, so that's most of those services taken care of, and we didn't build like any new districts or anything. And we don't seem to have any problems. Like, these people have consumers now. These people don't have enough consumers, which, if anything, is probably just a sign that we should de-zone a little bit of residential and make it, or sorry, de-zone a little commercial and make it residential instead. Unfortunately, we can't do it with that particular building because it would be too close to the industrial area. We just want to shift everything over a little bit, but hopefully whatever goes in there is a little bit more appealing to people. So we have high commercial. Please don't build the world's longest road. We have a high demand for commercial and a high demand for industrial. What should we do about that? We almost, I'm in the mind that maybe we need like a commercial region. Not completely commercial, but somewhat. Do I really want to open like another island up here? I really don't think that I do. What's your problem? Tax is too high? For low density residential, tax is too high? Tell you what, if you're pissed off, you don't think you're getting the services you deserve, I'll lower low density residential a little bit. We're making a lot of money out of it, but I'll lower it by 1%. Does that help you out? Feel a little better? It is going to lower, like 1% off of our income there is going to lower it a lot, even though it wouldn't seem like it would. But it's got to be done. I don't want them to leave because the taxes are too high. I am amazed, I have to say. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I'm amazed that the city is going so well. There's very few problems in this city. It's basically fully functioning. It's kind of in a dynamic equilibrium with a little bit of help, but like that's incredible to me. I'm very surprised. I've got to rethink how I do commercial, I think. It's not quite getting the job done. There's a lot of demand for it, but at the same time, even though there's demand, there's a lot of places that are going out of business. Industrial, I seem to be handling pretty okay. Speaking of which, let's get like another industrial area coming off of here. Do we want it to be industrial there? Because yeah, I want this to be de-zoned on the on-ramp and the off-ramp. Oh, there's a sound here. A building is burned down. It's always unfortunate. Nobody likes to see that. And again, we're not making 100% the best use of the available space, but if the city's running well, I don't see much of a need to completely cram it up. Your butt. Let's get the bulldoze tool taken away. Like if we built like a 4-lane road out like this. Got like our own little rib cage thing going on here. I don't know. Let's try it. There's pretty high demand for industrial right now. And then we'll build like curved roads like this. That are not quite gonna connect back. The rib cage is back, baby. Oh, you know what this area is called? The fish hook. No doubt about it. All right. Well, we gotta get some pipes in the fish hook. Everybody knows that. Admittedly, the ribcage was the worst road ever designed by mankind. This is looking pretty bad as well. But if we get some transit down here, it should be okay. And what are we going to zone this? Like, mostly industrial. Maybe, like, paint it out like this. We can always run a pretty easy series of power lines. There's demand for commercial, but I don't think enough people live over here. So I'll tell you what, this is what the Fishhook District is going to be planned by City Council. It's going to look like this. Good, get that taken care of. That's actually like pretty much perfect. Then it's going to be like high density commercial. Not very much of it. Like even less than that, I think. And then high density residential throughout the rest. But not too close to the landfill. The landfill is going to be a dead zone still. That's our timer, but 1 second here. We'll run a very... Hey, stop that. We're going to run a very quick power line to wherever we need to, so we'll give it a second here. This doesn't need to be gassed out anymore. This can be the fishhook. We need to push out from, like, another area, though. Because we could just D-zone it. D-district it, I should say. And then fill it back up. Alright, I know they don't have power, but I was just waiting for them to fill in to see where the most efficient place to draw a power line would be. There we go. Hemlock Heights, it's admittedly a name I kind of like. But the fishhook is so much better. Even with a lowercase t. Is it the fish hook or the fishhook? Like, do you need 2 H's in fishhook? Now I can't even say it right myself. Well, we're going to have to do some power somewhere. So let's start like that and then like that. And hope that that doesn't mess things up too much here. But I guess that's going to do it for this episode. Are you empty? What are you at? 39, 24, 88, 53. Oh, this is going to be a problem in just a second here. In fact, it's going to be such a problem. I think maybe we should build out another 2-lane road here. If we can. And actually throw down like another landfill right here just to deal with increased demand. But anyway, that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. And, of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. Oh, wait. But there's got to be one more thing I got to do here. We got to create a bus loop that actually services the fishhook. So it'll go, like, around this way, around both bends. I've never been on a bus that has taken a route like this, but that's okay. And it'll come up here, and it'll go all the way into the, like, industrial core. But if you want to visit your friend, you're fucked. And then it'll pop back around to complete the line there. All right. Man, we got 523 bus passengers, 452 metro passengers. I'm so happy about that. I'm really happy about how this is going in general. I hope that you guys are not feeling betrayed by my decision to restart the city now that it's looking pretty solid. But for now, I'm going to bulldoze these buildings, which pretty much exclusively exist in commercial areas, which is not necessarily a good sign. They always say the Starbucks is the first to go. Once the Starbucks start going, you know the city's going down. But again, thanks for watching. If you've been enjoying the reboot of the series, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.